All right, welcome to this module called Facebook Testing Mastery, specific Facebook ads rules for testing. So when you're actually testing new products, I've gotten a lot of questions from you guys that testing isn't super clear. So I thought I would just make a module on how exactly to test new products, when you should start retargeting, when you should start lookalikes. It's essentially everything about targeting and about just starting out and getting some sales. So let's go over the four main topics to discuss: how many products to test and how to actually test them on Facebook, how to structure a campaign when testing new products versus testing old products with new audiences. What I mean by this is old products that were already winners before, but they kind of died down. So you just want to test them again with new audiences. When exactly you should start lookalikes, retargeting, exactly when and what metrics you should follow, and then troubleshooting and learning to look at the data and what Facebook is telling you. So the first one, how many products to test and how to test them. So one product per campaign at $10 to $25 a day on CBO. That's what I recommend if you want to learn more about CBO, how CBOs work. Check out the module called CBO Facebook ads. I literally lay out everything about CBOs and why they work. And I recommend it for testing because you can put, let's say, 4 ad sets in one CBO campaign, and they're all running for $10 to $25 a day, and they're all running in the same campaign, all with Facebook optimization, like campaign budget optimization. And CBO is going to be a default. So it's better just prepare and getting that out of the way and learning how to do it. 4 audiences per product in the same campaign based on interest or with past winning audiences. So obviously, if you're just starting out or you have some sales, but you don't really have like more than 100 sales, I would say 100 sales is like a good number. If you're below that, then you want to test 4 audiences per product in the same campaign based on interests, behaviors, brands, people. If you want to learn about targeting, you can check out the targeting modules or the masterclass. I basically lay out all the targeting that I say or that I use. And with past winning audiences, like if you have a lookalike that did well, if you have a mailing list that did well before, if you have like old interest that did well, then you can just use those in the new product that you're going to test. Test 1 to 2 ads with different ad copies, or test a video versus a picture ad. This is what we do. Personally, if we're going to test a new product, we take a video and then we take a picture ad, both the same ad copies. We're just testing video versus picture pretty much. So when to start lookalikes and retargeting. So 200 or more of a specific conversion event. What I mean by this is like if you have more than 200 view content, then you can start retargeting for view content or a lookalike off of view content. So let's say you can do like a 1%, 2%. If you want to learn how to create lookalikes, go to a lookalike section, the lookalikes module here on the Facebook ads section. So 200 or more a specific conversion event. Let's say you have 200 view content. You can do a lookalike 1%, 2%, 3% for view content. Let's say you get to the point where you have 200 add to carts. Same thing, 200 checkouts, 200 purchases. You can start doing lookalikes. If you're running a video ad, you can start lower and faster with 75% video views to 95% video views. Lookalikes, I would test both of them. So 75% video views, 95% video views, and then you create them separate, and you just do like a 1% or a 2% depending on your budget. So if your budget is high, you can do both. You can do even 1%, 2%, 3%. That'll depend on your budget. But if your budget is is small, you can just do 1% of 75% video views and 95% video views. Retarget all website traffic first, and then divide by conversion events. What I mean by this is when you have like, let's say 200 clicks, you don't want to target only view content and separate that with add to cart. No, you want to wait until you have like more than 200 add to carts, more than 200 purchases to start targeting by conversion event. Like if you want to target an audience that's the add to cart audience, you want to have more than 200 add to carts. If you have more than 200 clicks and you just want to see how retargeting does, you want to go with all website traffic. How you do this, essentially, you go on your Facebook Ads Manager. You go on a Facebook Ads Manager, and then you create, let's say you create this audience. Whoops. This is a manual bid campaign that we're testing. But for example, you can create here, let me go back. So you have the all website traffic option right here. So when you do create new custom audience, and then you do website traffic, all website visitors, boom, you see that? All website visitors past 180 days. That's the first one, the first thing that you're gonna do for retargeting. The first thing that you're gonna do for retargeting is 180 days, because you don't have that much data to divide it into view content, to divide it by add to cart, to divide it by initiate checkout. Once you have like more than 200, let's say you have like more than 200 add to carts, yeah, feel free to retarget that. But if you just have 200 clicks or even 100 clicks and you just want to test how retargeting goes, then you can just do all website visitors. This audience, if this one doesn't work, if all website visitors in the past 180 days does not work, that probably means your retargeting audience is a little bit too small. So you have to wait for that to populate and essentially like get more people onto your website from cold traffic or from lookalikes. Well, yeah, in this case, from cold traffic, from interest traffic, interest campaigns, to then start again and test retargeting. I would start with $5 a day just to see how it goes. If it's good CPC, good CTR, you're getting a lot of clicks, you're getting a lot of add to carts. With $5, obviously, it's difficult to get a sale, but if you even get a sale, then it's definitely possible to scale that way. So let's go back. So yeah, you retarget all website traffic first, and then you divide by specific conversion events if the retargeting is effective. And then you have to wait until 200 or more, a specific conversion event, to create that lookalike. So the next thing is troubleshooting and learning to look at the data. You pause ad sets and ads. Don't pause entire campaigns. So let's say you have a campaign, CBO, $25 a day running, and 2 of the ad sets suck, and the other one is good. It got 1 sale, and the other 3 don't get sales, and they've spent a lot of money. And by a lot of money, I mean 50% of your product price. So this is what we're doing right now. This is the most updated info that I'm giving you. 50% of your product price. If an ad set has spent, or an ad, if you're testing 2 ads in the same ad set, if the ad or ad set has spent more than 50% of your product price, that means if your product is $20 and it spent more than 10 without a sale, you can pause that. You don't have to pause the entire campaign. You pause the ad set or the ad that is causing the problem. Don't give up on the product. Don't give up on the campaign. Give up on the ad set and pause that audience. Figure out exactly why something works. If you're narrowing down 3 interests and it's working, figure out what interest is the one that is giving you the results. So you would take those 3 interests and divide them up into 3 different ad sets and then see, okay, which is the one that's going to get me more sales? Maybe 2 of them get sales and then the 3rd one doesn't. Then that's the one you need to scrape off. And that's how you can scale slowly. Obviously, you can scale very, very hard. And if you watch the rest of the modules or the module on lookalikes, you can learn how to scale very, very easily. But figure out why things work. If it doesn't work, figure out why. Is it your ad? Is it your audience? Are you getting a lot of clicks but no add to cart? It might be your price. If you're getting a lot of add to carts but no checkouts, it might be the shipping, your checkout process. You have to really figure out why it doesn't work. Don't just give up and say, oh, this doesn't work. No, figure out why. Why is it not working for me? Figure out, look at the data and see, okay, am I getting a lot of clicks? No add to cart, I have to change the price. Like, go watch my Science of Facebook Ads module. I teach you everything in there, everything you need to look at in terms of data. You need to look at the data. Don't just give up when you spend money and don't get sales. Find out why it's not working. Expand on the interest audiences that work and the lookalikes with good results. So what you want to do is, like I just said, you take those interest audiences that did really well. Let's say it's like 2 narrowed down interests. They work, then separate them, expand on them. Put 1 ad set with 1 interest and then another ad set with another interest. So you see exactly which one is working. If they're both working separately, awesome. You can spend more money on both. And then the lookalikes, if they're like a 1% view content lookalike, it's working. Okay, let me do 2%. Let me do 2 to 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 8, 8 to 10, and then you expand on the lookalikes as well. So you have to really look at why things work, what is working, and expand on that. I want to leave you guys with this module. Let me know if you have any questions, but yeah, like this is how I test. It's very methodical. It's a step-by-step process, what I teach everybody, what I teach my employees to do, literally what I teach everybody, and it works. And then if you want to look at more like granular data or numbers exactly, go watch the Science of Facebook Ads video where you'll see, okay, if I'm getting this many clicks or this amount of CTR, or this amount of add to cart, this price per product, bam, bam, this and this and this, you pause, you scale, depending on what Facebook is telling you, but you need to look at the data. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.